Out of bad things comes a lot of good.
Yeah, right.
Out of bad wind comes good that there's like nice temps on the horizon.
Yeah, so we got to deal with the cold and the wind chills to start, but things will change. Now, it's been a month of extremes. In Clayton, earlier this month, starting off with record temperatures. By the way, it was a record warm start for most of New Mexico. Earlier this month, 83 degrees. On February 3rd in Clayton. Now we're sitting at 2 degrees right now. Your low temperature may drop below zero at -3, already breaking that daily record low temperature previously set back in 1955 at 3 degrees above zero. Again, we've already broken that daily record low. At 2 degrees right now, very light snow and freezing mist in the wind chill valley, close to -10. More on that just a bit. 6 degrees in Las Vegas, 10 in Santa Rosa, even down toward the Pecos River Valley in Carlsbad, 19 degrees. We're sitting at 24 in Santa Fe, warmer than Carlsbad, 31 in Albuquerque, 40 at the TRC. So it's colder out east, that Arctic cold air mass out east, relatively chilly out west. Either way, colder for most compared to yesterday morning this time, with wind chill values at times getting below -10 in parts of northeast New Mexico and Des Moines and the panhandle of Texas, and even feeling occasionally below zero in Tucumcari and in Las Vegas. Single digits in teens out to the south, with an extreme cold weather warning in northern parts of Lee County and cold weather advisories elsewhere in far eastern New Mexico. We're feeling like the teens and 20s occasionally in places like Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and the single digits in Grants, even feeling below freezing in southern parts and western parts of New Mexico. We got a few passing clouds, but generally mostly clear skies here in Albuquerque. 31 now below the freezing mark. Calm winds, 37% relative humidity. On the backside of the quick mover of a storm system, we are dealing with clear skies, lighter winds, drier air, and a colder weather. Some high-level clouds moving away from Tucumcari. And yeah, there is some light snow in the northern eastern parts of New Mexico, with that colder air really squeezing out the moisture so close to the ground that radar's not even picking up on the snow. And we'll continue to deal with the low-level clouds throughout the morning, departing to the east later today, being replaced by high-level clouds out to the west. But generally no rain or any snow throughout the rest of the day as that sun rises. Partly sunny here in Albuquerque, rising to right around 56 degrees this afternoon. A brisk day, a calmer day, a slightly warmer day compared to yesterday, and a more enjoyable day in the afternoon hours. Meanwhile, Clayton will struggle to reach the teens and 20s, one of the coldest afternoons in this day in history. Still below freezing in Tucumcari and Clovis in the 20s. Above freezing in Roswell and Carlsbad in the 30s and 40s, but Hobbs may be around the freezing mark this afternoon, depending on when those low-level clouds will depart. 40s in Ruidoso, 50s in Albuquerque, 60s to the south and west. So once again, an amalgamation of temperatures across our viewing area. And then tonight, tomorrow will drop once again, and then as we head through Thursday, we'll start to warm up back to above freezing from the south, but still pretty cold in Hobbs. Still below freezing in Clayton, 50s, Santa Fe, 60s to the south and west. So it's really western areas and southern areas that will be mild. Out to the northeast, still cold ahead. Will be briefly cooler throughout the western and southern parts of the state on Friday, with a weak disturbance bringing in some rain, wet snow showers in the northern tier, maybe clipping the San Dias. Then we'll start to see a ridge of high pressure building this weekend into next week. Look at the surge of warmer weather. Clayton, wow, we are going to feel much warmer out there in the 70s, 50s, and 60s to the north, 70s and near the low 80s to the south. Durango, 40s and 50s in the short term, 50s and 60s in the longer term, and still below freezing morning temperatures, but those morning temperatures will climb, as well as Alamosa. Cold mornings and chilly afternoons, but milder days ahead. Dulce, Grants, Gallup, temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Warming up ahead, Camano to Las Cruces, 50s and 60s. Now, there will be a slight cool down tomorrow, especially out in the even eastern parts of New Mexico and southern parts. So that's why tomorrow will be just as chilly, if not even colder for some compared to today. Roswell, high 30s, low 40s today. But look at those temperatures, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, all in the forecast. So water temperatures swing ahead. Light snow departing later today. Very cold, record cold in places like Moore and Las Vegas, warming up in the 40s and getting close to the low 50s. Red River, Angel Fire, 30s and 40s. Santa Fe, Espanola, 40s and 50s, but 60s by the weekend. And places like the East Mountains, Moriarty, Tejeda, Cedar Crest, mostly dry in the short term. Your best chance of precipitation on Friday, especially closer to the Sandia Crest. And from the north to south valley of Albuquerque, mostly in the 50s today. It will be warmer tomorrow, briefly cooler on Friday, and look at those temperatures climb Saturday, Sunday, Monday into Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday, not our favorites, but when it comes to temperatures like that, they are quickly becoming so.
Yeah, another type of spring pattern by next week.
Loving that.
Love it.
Thanks a lot.